What's up, Star Wars fans? Today I want to talk about Sabine Wren's dark past on Mandalore and how she was redeemed. That's right, with the Ahsoka series coming up, I thought it'd be interesting to look back at the darkest moment in Sabine Wren's young life. And truthfully, this story all begins with Sabine discovering the Darksaber. The Darksaber is a unique weapon created by the first Mandalorian Jedi, Tar Vizsla. It is an important weapon to the Mandalorian people, as whoever wields the Darksaber has the right to lead the Mandalorian people. And once Kanan is told of the prestige of the weapon by Finn Rau, he decides that Sabine should wield it in order to rally the Mandalorians into the ranks of the Rebel Alliance, joining the fight against the Empire. But at this time, Kanan Jarrus, a father figure to the young Sabine Wren, certainly doesn't understand her dark past on Mandalore. But this dark moment in Sabine's past certainly becomes more apparent as Ezra and Kanan train her with the Darksaber. As this training progresses, Sabine is forced by Kanan to let loose about her past, revealing at last that she feels guilty about a weapon she designed during her time at the Imperial Academy. And to make matters worse, when Sabine spoke out about the use of the weapon, her family abandoned her and sided with the Empire. This moment in Star Wars Rebels is definitely worth a watch. Season 3, Episode 15, Trials of the Darksaber. But as great as this episode is, it doesn't reveal just how horrifying a weapon that Sabine created. But that said, Sabine Wren's next step on the road to redemption sees her traveling back to Mandalore with Ezra, Kanan, and Finn Rau. And Sabine doesn't exactly get the reception she's looking for. It comes out that because she defected from the Empire, she's of course considered a traitor, and therefore her return could lead to Imperial hostilities against Clan Wren. And eventually that's exactly what happens. Gar Saxon, the leader of the Mandalorians who have sided with the Imperials, well, he claims the Darksaber, and he ends up dueling Sabine Wren, who uses Ezra Bridger's green lightsaber. And although some people might think that this is unrealistic, the young Sabine Wren defeats Gar Saxon in that duel, no doubt thanks to her training by the Jedi Kanan Jarrus. That said, Gar Saxon doesn't take this defeat graciously and takes out his gun to shoot Sabine Wren, only to be in turn shot by Sabine's mother, Ursa Wren. And so, foreseeing the chaos that Mandalore will face with the demise of its Imperial governor, Gar Saxon, Sabine Wren and Finn Rau decide to stay behind and help restore order on Mandalore. And it isn't until Season 4, The Heroes of Mandalore, that we see the full extent of the horrifying weapon that Sabine created. At this point, Ezra and Kanan have returned to Mandalore to help with the rebellion there and to help rescue Sabine's father. But unfortunately, as Sabine is rescuing her father, her mother and other Clan Wren forces are attacked by the weapon that Sabine created. Sabine rushes to the site of the attack to find every Mandalorian warrior vaporized. And this is where we get the full reveal of Sabine's dark past, the weapon she created named the Duchess, now being used by the Empire against her Mandalorian people. It sends out electrical waves that superheats the Beskar armor of the Mandalorians, absolutely vaporizing the warrior within, leaving nothing behind but some smoking armor and a pile of ash. It's truly a horrifying weapon that must be destroyed. And that's exactly what our heroes set out to do next. With help from Bo-Katan and Clan Kryze, Sabine, Kanan, Ezra, and Clan Wren all assault the Imperial Star Destroyer where the weapon is being kept. However, the assault doesn't go as planned. Sabine is captured, and she is forced to adjust the weapon to its full power. But she instead recalibrates the weapon to target Imperial armor, which stuns all the Imperial troops. And despite the fact that the weapon could be used to defeat the Imperials on Mandalore, Bo-Katan coaches Sabine Wren to destroy the weapon, as if it ever falls back into Imperial hands, it could literally wipe out all Mandalorian forces. So using the ancient Mandalorian artifact known as the Darksaber, Sabine Wren earns her redemption, destroying the Duchess once and for all, and with a little help from her friends, they make sure that the schematics for the weapon are completely wiped from the system. system. I love how in this moment Sabine is redeemed, but also the fact that it contributes to an overall theme that we see throughout Star Wars Rebels, and that is the importance of how the rebels in the rebellion choose to fight back against the Empire. And in this instance, Bo-Katan coaches Sabine Wren to be a noble rebel warrior, not an extreme terrorist like Saw Gerrera. And that's exactly why Sabine Wren chooses to pass the Darksaber onto her, solidifying the rebellion on Mandalore versus the Imperials, and making Bo-Katan the leader of that rebellion. But hey, Star Wars fans, did I miss any of the important parts of this redemption arc for Sabine? I'm sure I have, so let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'm Mike, and remember, the Force will be with you always.